And now on Bounce, back to school time also means back to the playing field. And if your child is an athlete, there are ways you can help them stay safe and healthy during the sporting season. I want to welcome Dr. Smitha Baliamanda here from Sports Medicine Associates to talk about how to avoid sports injuries. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Appreciate you coming out. First, let's talk about the common types of sports-related injuries among students.
So the most common injuries that I see are muscle strains, ligament sprains, concussions, growth plate injuries, repetitive motion injuries, and heat-related illnesses.
Okay. All right. How can parents and coaches prevent injuries in young athletes?
Well, first off, it's a good idea that if your child is going to be participating in a sport, it's important that they join a community sport or school-related sports that have coaches who are CPR trained and first aid trained. And a lot of schools also have athletic trainers who are a great resource. They're great to teaching coaches and students how to prevent injuries, and also they can recognize injuries and provide acute care for these injuries. Other things are appropriate warm-ups and cool-downs, making sure that they're conditioned well, they know the rules of the game, they know how to play the sport, proper use of equipment, proper fitting of the equipment. These are just a few things that are important in preventing these injuries.
Perhaps for the students who want to downplay what could be a serious injury, i.e. a concussion, or, it's just a sprain. Talk about the need to take these injuries seriously, because you could very well do permanent damage if you're not careful.
Absolutely. So it is very important to recognize that you have an injury and making sure that you get appropriate and acute care for these injuries. A sprain can heal with time, but if you're trying to push through your pain and if you're trying to act like you don't have an injury, you're going to make it worse, and that sprain can become a ligament tear or a fracture, and those are the kind of things you really want to prevent. You want to rest appropriately, you want to make sure that you're treating the injury appropriately so that you're not having these severe complications.
And that leads me into the treatment and recovery portion of these sports-related injuries. We hear sometimes ice, we hear heat and rest and elevate. Just talk a little bit about that, the recovery and treatment.
The best way to look at it is the mnemonic PRICE. Have you heard about this? So PRICE is P-R-I-C-E, protection for P, rest for rest for R, I for ice, compression, so you can kind of decrease the swelling here, and elevation, elevating above heart level so that you're not having a lot of swelling from the injury. So that's just kind of a preliminary way of treating these injuries acutely.
All right, Dr. Smitha Baliamanda, a lot of great information tonight, certainly timely as we have gotten back into Football Friday night and all of the athletics that will take place during the school year. If you would like to learn more about how to contact Dr. Baliamanda, go to WBTV.com, look in the Web Extra section under the Home tab for a link to her website, and the office that you work for, its website. So, Dr. Baliamanda, we thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Delano?
Time to hit